day, and I have not talked about it because other things have come up, right? And I've done other things. But I'll say it now. You were showing that she lied, which is correct of you to do. Yeah?
And Zach. And Zach.
If they're lying about you, you've got every right to correct them, and everybody has to see it as it is. Yeah? Absolutely you do. And if that's a bit of dragging, that's a bit of dragging. Right? There's nothing wrong with that, Luke. Nothing wrong. You've got to give people a chance, because there's so much on the FYP, and I don't try to just drag one person. Yes, it does look like at the moment that I'm dragging you a little bit and I'm dragging Red a little bit, but that's not because...
You do what you've got to do, it's your opinion.
Yeah, but I've just given an opinion. That's because Pearl tried to tell this app that she had never... The evil one had never been racist. She has. And they tried to prove it, but of course then other shit started getting shown. Yeah? So we're a bit of a slippy road.
Okay.
All right? Anyway, go on. You carry on, Luke. Go on. Sorry.
Corey,
no, I'm done. That's what one will say.
We'll have an adult conversation. Corey, do you want to speak before me?
Yes, I would actually. Why do you feel the need to bring up mine and Sophie's argument?
Why is it always being brought up, mine and EQ's argument?
I haven't brought that up.
No, I'm just saying. Selective though, isn't it?
No.
It's a very bad thing you said.
Again, Luke, you sat with me afterwards, so you can't you can't bring it up.
And you sat with me, and you sat with me, and you sat with EQ.
Hello, you've spoke, so I would like to speak. The first thing is, you've sat with me after that. Number two, Sophie Bailey has asked you numerous times not to be discussing that. She's texted you privately, she spoke to you privately. You promised her that you wouldn't speak about said
I don't care about Sophie
again.
Bailey. I don't care about Sophie Bailey, so move on from that. I don't care.
So, well, if you
and
want
how
to move
many
on,
times
then,
has Red?
if you want to move on, then, love.
How many times has Red asked for that AI and her grandchild not to be brought up? But it constantly gets brought up.
What are you on about, Luke?
How many times has Red asked the app not to bring up the AI and about her granddaughter?
My issue isn't with that.
Don't even try this with me, Alex. Corey speaking. Don't even try. Go on.
What do you mean?
I've heard what you've got to say. Because I've heard what you've got to say.
It's quite obvious that you two need an argument. So you crack on. I'll just say, carry on.
No, Corey, you're right. Say what you got to say. No, sorry, Corey. Sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted you. Go on, Corey.
It was just, the main thing is the Sophie thing, right? Because Sophie's reached out to you. I don't bring it up anymore, and I don't think it needs to be brought up anymore. Mine and Sophie's argument was ages ago. Whilst granted, what I said to Sophie was absolutely effed up. Again, it haven't been discussed since. But with the EQ thing, it's not just one thing that I said, because you're referring to one thing that I've said. What EQ has said about you and Red is more than one thing, Luke. So you can't go, that was the messed up thing that Corey said about Sophie, when there's loads of stuff. Not just one thing that EQ has said to either one of you. It is loads of stuff, Luke.
Yeah, agreed.
And that was the only point that I wanted to get across, to be fair.
Can I ask a question, Luke, right? You know, when we're talking about truce, and then we're talking about referring to friendship and all that, right? Can you at all see where people are coming from, the difference between a truce and a friendship?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
Guys,
that's my business, isn't it?
Who's in the box?
No, I think it's everybody's business. I think everybody's entitled to an opinion on it, Luke, because we're all parents, grandparents, we're uncles or aunties or whatever we are, and for some of us, we don't get it. We don't get a truce.
Lots of. Hang on, Chippy. Let's not make out that EQ's the only one that spoke on fucking children on this app, and people go in and battle people, speak to people, have them in your box. But no, what it is, Chippy. But Chippy, it seems like it's always Luke, Red, EQ, Luke, Red, EQ every fucking day.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something though, from a friendship side?
I'll tell you what I'll do, Alex, Corey, I'll tell you what I'll do right now. I'll block everybody off this app and I'll speak to no one. No one.
Luke.
Because
Luke, hold on. I want to talk to you on a friendship level. Just listen to me. Luke, genuinely.
We're not friends, so why would we speak on a friendship level? We're not friends.
Because if you don't want to be my mate, that's absolutely fine, right? But I still classify you as a friend. If you still rung my mobile, you know full well I would answer the phone.
I know you would.
If you were in trouble, Luke, and you needed my help, God knows why you'd ring me.
I know.
I would still answer the phone.
I know you would.
Right?
I know you would.
But on a friendship level, and I don't know why you do it to yourself, because you're actually very funny. Every time you go live, you're arguing or clapping back to someone. You don't need to do it, bro. Every time I go in your live, you're just constantly angry. And if you live like that, it's not healthy. It's going to make you ill.
Corey, can I say one thing to that? Corey? You are right, Corey. Corey, do you not see that I'm the one that gets mostly attacked though from all
Yes,
directions?
I can see that, but that's because half of the time you're arguing on behalf of people. It's not even your argument.
Yeah, true. That's true as well. That's true.
It's not your. I
Yeah,
understand you sticking up for Red. I get you sticking up for Red because I stick up for certain people, and I don't think that they can stick up for themselves either. So I get it. But sometimes you argue on behalf of people, and you put it on your shoulders like a big rock that you've got to carry, and it's not what you need to.
Yeah, can I just ask Mods, can you just keep an eye on chat, please?
Can I say something, please?
I'll drop out because Alex needs to speak.
I'm being
Otherwise, it's
bullied.
going to kick off.
What did you mean, Luke? Anyway, you just said a minute ago. Like, I'll keep it on a
When you
normal level.
deflected this morning because of yours and Stacey's, what you did, you went, has
I
Luke
did
not been
nothing. I
dragged
did
enough?
nothing.
Because what did you say though? Why is Luke not getting dragged? Why did I have to be brought into it?
No, I mentioned the situation yesterday because everyone was saying
Yeah.
about you. And in fact, actually, if you actually listen to what I said, I was actually on your side for once. I was saying the fact of the matter is, why was Luke getting dragged and no one was mentioning EQ on her platform laughing?
That's not
saying,
what I heard. I heard totally different, Alex. I heard you say, why is Luke still not getting dragged? I've been dragged for 2D. I have been dragged.
Listen to it back.
I will listen to it, and I will apologise if I'm
I
wrong.
said, why the hell is everyone dragging Luke when the person was on their live laughing about the situation, saying, ha, 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 I stirred the pot. You're getting dragged and she's on the live earning money off the back of the shit that was going on for you?
Yeah.
She never told me to read the messages. I read them myself.
But when
but
someone
Luke,
sends you messages, Luke, while you're live ranting, there's only one purpose for that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have, and that's on me. And that's on me. I shouldn't have read them out.
You got used.
That's on me. That's your opinion. I don't feel I got used. I don't feel, and I tell you for why. Because I was proving a fucking point that the man that sits there and says he's done nothing in darkness and does nothing behind the scenes, doesn't dox people. He's done it to 2 women now. But where's the outrage, Alex? Where's the outrage?
I think there was outrage back in the day. There was multiple lives going on, but then the thing is, this is the problem. Someone brings up the past, and then someone else brings up the past, and it's an ongoing circle. Then it goes over, around, and around, and around, and everyone's past gets brought up, and then everyone's arguing. Me has been made out to what I've said today has been made out to be something like I'm the worst on the app. It's madness.
I haven't seen it, and I'll comment on it later. I haven't seen it.
It's mad. But
Can I just give you one piece of advice before I go and get my haircut?
Yep.
Well, when you do an apology, Luke, right? Your apologies come over as very half-assed, and I know that's not who you really are because you've apologized to me numerous times when we used to call and stuff. So, but when you come and you apologize, don't finish the sentence then with a but or a reference to what somebody else has done, which you consider as worse. Because
In
half
this
of the
situation-
people that you talk about have done worse than you. I'm not saying any different. But when you apologise, just apologise and leave it at the end of that. Because otherwise then, the people that don't like you are jumping on the fact that you finished the sentence with but.
Would you, Corey, here's a prime example. Up to you, Corey, Luke, would you class this as a threat and be honest? I said today, right, if all of you are going to gang up today and do your lives and drag me, right, over one little thing that was literally not even a big deal, I am going to retaliate. That's all I said. I said, if you're
Alex,
going
I don't gang up on you. I never ganged up. I've never.
Yeah,
ganged
but
up
that's
on
what
you.
I'm saying. I said if, the word there, the big word is if. And all I stated on live today, I said, if you're all going to gang up today and do all your lives and drag me over that situation, all I'm going to say is I'm going to retaliate. Apparently that's me threatening Miss Red, apparently.
No, you are entitled to retaliate to what you feel's wrong, and we are entitled to see what if we think you've done something wrong from the clips. We say you want to respond, you're entitled to respond.
Yeah, exactly that. And then I've got people going around saying, you said this, Alex, you said that, and it wasn't even me. But and everyone's saying, oh, Alex, no receipts and all that stuff. Well, the people that are spreading lies on my name are the ones on apps, on platforms, screaming, I've said this, apparently, that I said about Lindsay's wish list should have had a rubber dinghy for the baby. And that was EQ, it weren't even me.
Yeah, if
And
it
this is
wasn't
the-
you that said it, that's wrong.
Yeah, but that's
if
what I
it
mean.
wasn't you that said it,
This is the dangers of the app.
Luke. And
Pick up,
sorry,
Lucy. Hello.
This feels like I'm a pylon. I'm not. But someone had mentioned this before, and I did want to ask. So while you were slating other people for their behaviour and stuff, and saying stuff about them, CA, etc., and so on, at the same time, people were questioning, well, you're still sat with EQ and friendship. You've got a friendship with her, and she's one of the worst people ever been on here. So how can that happen when
EQ has apologised multiple times.
It doesn't matter how many apologies
For me.
a person gives.
Right,
Yeah.
but if the EQ's apologised to you, then how can you bring up our past, but then kick off when we bring up hers, or yours, or Red's?
If you want to bring up EQ's past, that's between you lot and EQ. But my point of coming in here, Corey, was people have said worse to each other and made up. Alex, CA has said fucking awful things about you.
Yeah,
Awful
but
things.
you know one thing, Luke, with me and CA, like we coexist on an app. Like I'll go in her live, she'll go in mine. I don't message her off the app. I don't speak to her off the app. I'm never saying to her, send me WhatsApp. She hasn't got my number. I haven't got hers. You know what I mean? And I think that's where people are seeing different. You say, yeah, I don't speak to EQ all the time. That's fine. But sometimes it's like, oh, send me a WhatsApp. Oh, I've spoke to her today. Me and CA, we're not in that. We won't class ourselves as friends. She said it on live the other day. We're not friends. We coexist on the app, and that's the truth.
Right, okay. All right, I see your points, yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Millsy.
Hello, Millsy.
Hello, I'm coming in as international peacekeeper. But listen, I just think it's got to the point when things get dragged up all the time over and over from years ago, and I think it gets to the point where people are starting to get kind of bored of it, and I think that FYP shows need to go back to FYP. I think people are starting to get fed up of, because they don't know which side to go on. Like I go on everybody, so I'm not on any side, and I don't mention any other creator to any other creator, right? I just keep well out of it. But I think it's not doing you guys any good, and I think you guys are all, you'll all still monetize, you'll all still have your audiences if you just, I mean, you were friends, there was friendships there. You don't have to be friends again, but you can still, as Alex said, you're coexist, right?
Me and Red are getting tapped on a daily basis, and it's all about, no matter what happens on the app, it will come back to me, Red and EQ.
Yeah,
it's
no,
every day. If I'm not, hang on. If I'm not being spoken about all night, I'm being spoke about all morning. Like,
yeah, but Luke, Donna will tell you. Donna will tell you herself. She's even said it on live before. I even questioned her. I asked her the question. Sorry, not questioned her. I asked her the question. Off app, did I ever say anything about her and EQ's friendship? Never once did I have an issue with it, because at the end of the day, it's not my thing to have a comment on. But everyone's running around saying, Alex, you've got an issue with Luke and Red being friends. Show me a recording. Show me a live where I've said I've got an issue with them being friends. It's not my business. It's their friendship. Nothing to do with me. But this is what I mean. People run around saying, "Oh, Alex has said this. Alex has done this."
But Alex, you have had a few digs on the app. You do dig. You do have your comments and your digs about
but we
it,
all
which
dig.
You're allowed to. You're allowed to, yeah. But people are going to see things a sort of way. But look how this live's turned into now. It's all about fucking.
Yeah, but I think you're having a conversation. You're not having an argument. You're having a conversation.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to go back to work, Chippy.
I just think the audiences that are supporting you all and who are, you know, in your lives every day are wanting to see proper FYP again, the way it used to be when Red had our boxes open, everybody was all in, having laughs, chats, arguments, whatever it may be. I think that's what we want to see now as an audience. And although we still come in and watch it, we're getting pissed off with all the clapback.
To the people in the audience, this all looks scripted and fake. I'll be honest with you, if I was an outsider and I weren't involved and know what I know, you know, like it ain't genuinely, it's not fake. From the outside, from looking in, I can see why everyone says it's scripted and fake. It doesn't look real, doesn't look, you know.
Yeah.
In what situation do you mean scripted and written fake?
Because in 1 minute, everyone's calling each other out, and the next they'll be in a live talking, and then 2 days down the line, there's people pushing populars and trying to beat each other in leagues and stuff like that, and then they're arguing again. You know what I mean? It does genuinely see that it's not real.
Alex, you've known me for 2 years. Yeah, is it 2 years? We've spoken 2 years. Have I ever been part of any scripted drama? What you know of?
No. I've always been honest with you. I've always said that whenever there was a phone call.
I've never known you to be part of anything scripted either. Never.
Yeah.
I think deep down you still all like each other. I mean, I think this can be easily resolved.
I have got no problem with Alex.
When Luke's in trouble, he always reaches out for me for advice. He always does it. He always does it all the time.
Liar! Stop lying to me.
I'll show the proof, Luke. Don't even lie.
Show the proof, liar.
He phoned me the other day saying he was upset.
Listen. Yeah, I did actually, yeah. Listen, it's one of them things. We fight, we fall out. It's human nature. It's the app. It's in heightened because it's dry.